Welcome everybody. My name is Katherine Allen and I'm one of the pediatric oncology dietitians here at Yale New Haven Hospital. Welcome to my kitchen. We are so grateful to be sharing with you guys some colorful, nutrient-packed recipes in honor of our patients for National Cancer Survivor Day. Today I'm going to be showing you a quick, easy recipe for salsa fresca, which literally means fresh salsa, and typically the main ingredient in salsa is tomatoes, so our video today is going to be highlighting the color red in this recipe. So the ingredients we're going to be working with today are all fresh, plant-based vegetables and herbs. And for our recipe, we're going to be using some Roma tomatoes, some red onion, we're going to be using jalapenos for a little bit of spice, some fresh lime juice, and also some fresh herbs, so fresh cilantro, which is a really common ingredient to find in salsa fresca. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our red onion and our jalapeno pepper and we're going to chop them up really finely. We don't want big chunks. So our red pepper and our jalapeno, I've chopped some stuff ahead of time. So here's an example. The jalapeno, you want it to be very fine. And for the red onion as well, this recipe calls for up to about a cup of red onion. If you don't want too much red onion or you don't want a lot of the jalapenos, you can tone those down a little bit. Our goal is to be as colorful as possible, so if you are going to cut some of the recipe, think about substituting something else. So for parents, if your kids are not big spicy fans, you can do some green bell pepper instead. You can take the seeds out of the jalapenos to dial it down a little bit. The recipe is very flexible, so you can kind of piece together other fruits and vegetables that you might want to add in there. Some people like to add a little bit of mango into their salsa fresca. But like I said, the goal is to make your plate as colorful as possible to benefit from all the different phytonutrients, like antioxidants, that we find in our fruits and vegetables. So remember that word phytonutrient because we're going to come back to it in a minute. So once our onions and jalapeno peppers are chopped, we are going to juice 2 limes, and then we're going to let our onions and peppers marinate for about 5 minutes. So this is sort of like a quick pickle, and it helps cut some of the bite in the red onion. So I've juiced a couple of limes already, I believe just 1 1/2. So let's do just another half of a lime. So I'm just going to do is cut this lime right in half, and then I'm going to squeeze it right into this bowl. I find that when you quarter a lime, it gets a little bit more of the juice out. And if you like it to be a little bit more bold lime flavor, you can put a little bit more. Now I'm going to just add in. Now I like spice, so I choose to do all jalapenos. And then I'll add in some of my red onion, which I do not like as much. So I'm going to do just shy of a cup. Now I'm just going to mix that up and kind of let that pickle. So let's get the little bit of the extra bite out of the red onion and let this pickle for a little while. I'm going to put that off to the side, and basically now we are going to be at our main ingredient. The highlight of today is our red tomato. So let's talk tomatoes. What makes a tomato red? So this is going back to that word, the phytonutrients that we're talking about today. So tomatoes are going to be great sources of vitamins and minerals like folate and vitamin C and potassium, but they also contain something called lycopene. Now lycopene is the pigment that actually makes the tomato red. It gives it its red color, and it also acts as an antioxidant to help protect our cells from damage. So lycopene has been studied for its awesome health benefits, and it can actually help keep your eyes, your heart, and your brain healthy and functioning well. So we've got some tomatoes that we've chopped up. So this is going to be about, I want to say about 2 1/2 cups, but we can maybe add 1 more tomato in there. So typically what I'll do for the Roma tomato is I'll cut it right in half, then in quarters, and I like to cut out the seedy parts in the middle of our tomato. You can leave them in, but I find that kind of this middle part is not as flavorful and what you would want in your salsa fresca, so I like to just kind of use the outside bit. So I'll cut that in half, and I'll cut it in just a bite-sized chop. You can add more tomatoes if you want your salsa fresca to be more tomatoey. If you don't like it and you want a little bit more crunch, you can add some different color bell peppers. They have orange, they have red, they have green, they have yellow. So you can make this as colorful really as you want. And so now for our final ingredient is we want to add some of our fresh cilantro. I find fresh herbs can be intimidating because they are difficult to cut up at times. It takes a little bit more work than the dried stuff, but these are packed with lots of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants as well, so it is good to be able to use them. Now, I've cut the cilantro up ahead of time, but I'm going to show you guys my method for cutting them. Oops, I don't like the stems very much, so what I'll do is I'll peel off kind of each individual leaf here. So I'll give you kind of an example. This is a little bit labor intensive, but guys, trust me, it's worth it. It adds that delicious flavor, and I know not everybody likes cilantro, but I actually very much enjoy it. And you can take any knife. I have a regular knife here, which works well. You can also use kitchen shears, so you can literally take your cilantro and you can cut into it and cut off kind of those little leaves that you actually want in there. And then you want to chop them up a little so there's not as big chunks in your salsa fresca. I like to use my ulu knife. It's a curved all-purpose knife that you can rock back and forth, just kind of like this, to cut it up. But you can use a regular knife, works just as well. This is just my preference for knives. So I'm going to add that to my bowl. And so you want at least about half a cup of cilantro. And I probably will add a little bit more at the end because I love cilantro and I think it adds a very nice flavor. So now that our onions and our green jalapenos have been pickling, we're going to add kind of everything together to the big bowl we've got here. So let me move my cutting board to the side. So I'm going to scoop in my peppers and my onions. And I'm going to add in my fresh cilantro. So all should just be right in the bowl like this. And then you can mix it all together. Guys, this smells so good. You have that fresh herb cilantro smell. You have that kind of pickled jalapeno onion smell. You've got your red tomatoes in here. What I like to do at this point is because sometimes the flavors of your salsa fresca could use, this is what it looks like all mixed. Doesn't it look good? I like to add a little bit of salt to bring out some of the flavors. Now the salt will also take out some of the extra liquid in your vegetables in here, your fresh vegetables. So you don't want to use too much because we know salt is going to be not too great for our diet, but just a little bit to bring out the flavor. Alright, so now our next goal will be to taste test it. And something that I learned about lycopene in this video is that it is better absorbed in your body with a little bit of fat. So I thought, what better to have some chips and salsa with is some fresh avocado. So I'm going to cut up some avocado to try it with my fresh salsa. So here is the final product of our salsa fresca recipe. This is a delicious, healthy, plant-based recipe that can help you meet those nutrition survivorship guidelines. Remember, our goal is to be getting 5 or more servings of fruits and vegetables each and every day. And we know that the fruits and vegetables we eat can help reduce our risk of cancers and cardiovascular disease. Alright survivors, thank you so much for celebrating with us today, and I wish you all the best in your journey towards nutritional health and wellness.